With the last 7 years being the hottest in human history, it is clear that the Earth is facing a very serious climate crisis. It is important that individuals with power, such as politicians, take action against this crisis so that we have a livable Earth to exist in. Some of the most important reasons that we must take action over this issue are the logical reasoning that supports its global warming's existence, the harm that global warming could have to animals and humans, as well as the economical benefits of being more environmentally friendly. Now is the time to take action against the deleterious things that are happening to our Earth. Despite the evidence that supports its existence, many individuals still do not believe in climate change or that humans are interfering with it. And they think that other issues such as economic advancement and business advancement are more important than that in climate change. And some individuals don't even acknowledge that it exists. What these individuals fail to realize is that being more environmentally aware and making more environmentally friendly decisions will actually have a better impact on the economy as well as having better impacts on the environment. One of the most obvious reasons that we must take action against the bad impacts of climate change is the overwhelming amount of evidence that supports its existence. According to NASA, the levels of CO2 are higher than they have ever been before. Global warming deniers will say that this is just a natural way that the Earth goes through. And as you can see from the graph, the levels of CO2 do go up and down throughout Earth's history. But what is alarming is the exponential growth at which it has recently grown since humans have been really industrially involved. Another impact of global warming is rising temperatures globally and in the ocean. 2020 was the hottest year yet, and the temperature of the ocean has been increasing over the past 50 years. Along with the increase in the temperature of the ocean, the acidity has also gone up. Since the Industrial Revolution, the acidity of the ocean has increased by 30%. Another impact that has been clear through global warming has been the increase in severe weather. Now, you may be wondering what scientists have to say about the issue of climate change. And in terms of its existence and that humans are having an interference with it, the argument of that is almost undeniable, with over 90% of scientists who study Earth's climate agreeing that humans are the main reason that the globe is warming. Along with the plethora of logical evidence that backs up its existence, what is also concerning about the impacts of climate change are the dangers it causes to both animals and to humans. One species that are impacted by climate change are sea turtles. Because of the rising sea levels, the rising temperature, and the increase in extreme weather, sea turtles are harmed and so are their nesting sites. They are already an endangered species, and the impacts of climate change certainly don't help their chances of survival. Another animal that has been the face of climate change awareness for a very long time has been polar bears. Because of the warming temperature, the ice caps are melting, which not only takes away their habitat, but it also limits their ability to obtain food. According to the CDC, it's not just animals that can be impacted by climate change, but humans can too. Because of an increase in air pollution, which contributes to the impacts of climate change, humans are impacted because of the increased lung deficiency, increased trips to the hospital due to health issues like asthma, and in some cases, premature death. Another impact of climate change is the expected increase in heat waves, which is not good for human health, and they're expected to become more common and more deadly. Now, many individuals think that our nation and our world should focus on other issues that are more relevant to people's everyday lives, such as that of the economy. But what they may not know is that being more environmentally aware will actually better the economy also. According to the Columbia Climate School, the impacts of climate change are expected to, or we can see them impacting industries such as agriculture, forestry, and fisheries. Just in the past 3 years, North America has lost $415 billion just from the impacts of climate change. As Midwesterners, it should concern you that the biggest industry the most hard-hit industry to be affected by climate change is agriculture. In Nebraska, in the past year, they have lost hundreds of millions of dollars in cattle due to flooding, and in the past year, Iowa has lost $1.6 billion. It is also expected that if we keep acting the way that we do in terms of our environmental decisions, in the next 5 years, or in the next 10 years, Iowa is expected to lose 25% of its corn and soybean yield. Although this information presented may have been alarming, I hope that it can encourage you to be more environmentally aware. Some things that you can do on an individual level are buy smart appliances, eat less meat, and use public transportation as much as possible. The most prevalent reasons that we should be more environmentally aware are the evidence that supports climate change existence and human interference with it, the harm it can have to animals and humans, as well as the economic benefits. Thank you.